there's a lot of potential here on this project. And as I said, it's such a small part of that total license. So this all adds to the overall Matanga project and certainly our enthusiasm and excitement for exploring in Zambia for uranium.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by GaviX Uranium CEO Daniel Major. Daniel, very good to speak with you. And you've just kicked off the 2025 field season at Muntanga. What are the main objectives and how could this campaign improve the project's economics?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, we were very much focused in the past on resource drilling, getting our feasibility study out, so we could move to the development stage. And while we're waiting for the LOIs all to come through on the debt financing, while we're working on the ESIA approval, we felt it was a great opportunity to go back and start exploring on our properties. We haven't really done that; it's been on resources only. And we can tie that together as well with how can that improve the project? Can we look at increasing the tonnage throughput? Can we increase the life of the mine and the benefits that will come with that? So that's how our targeting went. And I think we're very excited, to go back and look at what we've got near us. And, to start with the smaller ones at Matanga East, within 4 or 5 kilometers of where we intend to design the plant, that material, if it's there, and certainly those drill holes indicate there's something there, could come straight through to the plant. Dibwe, another interesting one. It was one of our satellite deposits, was not part of the final economics for the feasibility study, but clearly a clear sign that there's something potentially there where radiometric work that followed on from drilling was never followed up. And then really the one that our geologists are getting super excited about is Kariba Valley, where previous drill holes that cover only about 3% of the total license area, which is a mining permit, indicate that the guys drilled fences and left out about a 500-600 meter gap between the lines. So we'll be putting some holes in there that could give us, the geologists are waving some arms at 20 to 30 million pounds with a lot of potential in the whole license area. So very exciting.
What makes the Kariba Valley target so compelling, Daniel, and how confident are you that it could evolve into a game-changing discovery?
The geology is completely the same of what we've got now, but we certainly have a reasonable amount of exploration over that property. We see it within our own properties as well as we move down them. The potential for mineralization has been improving. And I just think these initial holes, which are drilled over 1.5 kilometers wide by more than 4.5 kilometers, and they haven't even reached the ends. So we don't know how wide this thing is. If you look at the cross section, it was our presentation. They finished drilling in ore. They didn't even go deeper. So, there's a lot of potential here on this project. And as I said, it's such a small part of that total license. So this all adds to the overall Matanga project and certainly our enthusiasm and excitement for exploring in Zambia for uranium.
The feasibility study already shows a post-tax NPV of $243 million. How could new discoveries shift the scale or financial outlook of the project, Daniel?
The two ways we're going to look at this. One, can we make the project bigger? Can we put more tons through the plant? I think that's doable, depending on what we find. That would obviously have economy of scale benefits. We're currently working on debottlenecking the project anyway at the moment to see what was in the feasibility study. Can we make a better focus on it? Can we reduce the capital? If we can make it bigger as well, then obviously our unit costs would naturally come down both on OPEX and CAPEX. And then the other thing is, can we extend the life? It's currently a 12-year mine life. If we can get big pounds, then we can take that out to even longer, which again improves the economics of the total project.
With uranium demand rising and Africa still underexplored, how do you plan to capitalize on your early mover advantage in Zambia's uranium belt?
We are putting in pegging for a whole bunch of licenses across the country already. We've obviously learning a lot from the work that we've just done to go back and look at primary exploration. We have pegged in and put application in, so we're already starting down that process of looking about where else there is. And obviously, if something like Kariba Valley turns out to be as exciting it is, it will be looking for similar targets across the country.
Daniel, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity.
You're very welcome. Daniel Major, the CEO of GoviX Uranium.